Hey guys, how's it going? Big Cheese here with another video. I'm very good, thank you for asking. We're going to get into the character creation today for Biomutant. I'm going to take you through creating a character. We're not going to go into it in too much depth. I'm just going to show you all the options that you can select, and then we're going to go through it the same way I did for my character for my main playthrough. I really hope you enjoy the video, guys. If you do, hit the sub button, hit that like, and hit that bell for me for live notifications. Let's get straight into it. What's up, guys? How's it going? So here we are at the character creation screen. I'm just going to take you through creating one character to give you guys an idea of what to expect if you haven't got the game. We're going to just explain 4 or 5 steps that there are in the character creation and go through them here. So let's go up to the top here. So the first thing you get to choose is your breed. Now, there are 6 breeds: the Primal, the Dumdon, the Rex, the Hyla, the Fip, and the Murgle. I think I pronounced that right, Fip. Type. So I'm just going to take you through the character I created for my main playthrough. I went with Rex here. Now, as you can see, the Rex gets a little boost in intellect, gets a little bit of a negative on the vitality there. The critical chance goes up to 3% at the bottom right. But what's interesting is I'm not sure how much this matters originally, because if you pick
your genetic structure,
that one like this, it tells you to define your genetic structure, which is the next step of the character creation, the mutate character section. And you can randomize it, you know, like this, and you get buffs. But the interesting thing is, if you move all the way towards 1, it'll boost that massively. Like, see, I've moved all the way towards strength. My guy's become sort of a stocky dwarf, you know, kind of little guy here. And his strength has gone up to 100 there, but with huge losses to vitality, intellect, agility, and charisma. So it's really about trying to find a balance that will best suit the playstyle you want to go for, I guess. Again, what's awesome about this is the appearance of your character changes as you change the stats. So what I did was, like I said, we'll just show you the extremes. Intellect, you get a huge head. Charisma, you kind of like look more pouty and like lanky there. Vitality goes up, you just end up being like really stocky and kind of chubby. Looks like you could take some damage, like Homer Simpson in a boxing ring. Agility, you become sort of elf-like, you know, lean, tall. I lent towards strength more. I didn't go all the way up, so I kind of went to around here, and then this is what my character basically looks like. We're gonna move on to the next step here like that. I didn't want to. The reason I didn't go to extreme, I didn't want to lose stat points on all the other abilities. I don't want to be too focused on one, so I went a bit more towards strength, but without taking too much of a loss on everything else. You see, if I went all the way up, huge loss on everything. So we'll go back down to here.
Choose a genetic resilience.
Now, the next thing you get to do is choose your resistance to something, one of the elements. Now, there are 5 elements in the bottom right there. We've got heat, biohazard, cold, and radioactivity. I'm not sure what the other one on the bottom right is there. Like I said, I'd like to go into these games blind with the hands-on. I've watched as little as possible on the game so that I can give my first impressions and things like that for you guys, okay? What I did was, I did completely opposite to what I did with the statistics, and I went all-out cold resistance. Now, it takes away from the others. It doesn't just boost the one you added to. It takes away from the other resistances as well. So you can see here, I went all out cold, so I have no resistance to heat, radioactivity, or biohazard. That might come back to bite me in the ass, but I'm sure I'll thrive during the cold parts of the game when we're in the snow, we're in the mountains, hopefully. So yeah, 25% cold resistance.
Choose
Boom.
your first style.
And then it's all about customizing your appearance. Obviously, guys, I don't know about you, but I love it. I love customizing the appearance. I was here creating my character for about 20 minutes, half an hour today before I started my playthrough. So what's interesting is if you go to the edge of the circle and circle around, you get a bunch of different fur styles. See like this? What I did, I stopped when I got to here, and then I moved in a little bit. Nope, I stopped when I got to this side, I think it was. Where is it? There it is. And I moved in a little bit. There you go. And that's what I went for. It's really interesting to see as you move in the tweaks. So there's a good 20 different types of alteration now in the fur, which is absolutely great. The game looks stunning, by the way. And yeah, so I went for this with the red patches here.
Pick your main color.
And I left the color like it is. Now you can change your main color to whatever you want. Green, blue, purple, orange, yellow. I went for the red.
Choose your detail color.
And I kept the fur white. Should be the other way around, really, because this is called detail color. The other one was called green color. And if you press right on the stick, you can change the, you know what? The black
Pick
looks...
your main color.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Choose your detail.
Yeah, so I went with the white and the red like this.
Pick
Boom.
a class.
Now this was where I struggled a bit. I was torn between two classes. We'll show them all off, of course. First class is the Mercenary. This is the class you get for pre-order in the game. Mercenary is a trained swordsman who's mastered the art of the blade. Mercenary gets 2 abilities: Twin Silver Grip, melee dual wield skill, equip 2 different one-handed melee weapons to dual wield them, and Fury, melee weapon attacks inflict 10% more damage to the target. So very melee focused class there. I didn't go with this one because I don't like being all melee. I do like using ranged attacks, which brings me on to the class that I did go for,
Deadeye.
the Deadeye. So, having seen this, I'm not sure if it was because I saw this class in the trailer and stuff, you know, like the main Biomutant in the trailer and things like that. It's got the handgun and the big sword. I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I love Cloud. I love a Buster Sword, and this class screamed to me, so I picked it, and this is the class we went with. But the one class that did make me wobble a little bit and make me almost move away from this class was the Commando, which is the next class. Commandos are trained as an operative and an elite special operations force. Commandos are used for working in smaller teams. Ranged weapon attacks inflict 10% more damage. Now, having played the first couple of hours of the game, this class probably suits my playstyle a lot better. I find myself using the ranged attacks much more than the close combat attacks, but I'm going to try and adjust to the Deadeye style, work on the combos, all those things. But yeah, the Commando is all out ranged, guys. Got an assault rifle there. He's got a knife on the back. I'm not sure if you can use it, but I will be doing multiple playthroughs, and I will be doing combat videos as well of all the classes, guys, so we will find that out soon. The next class we're going to talk about, guys, are the Sci Freaks. Now, I tend to deviate away from these classes, whether it's Mass Effect. I never really go Adepts or Vanguards or anything. I like to go with Soldier and Infiltrator, maybe an Engineer, something like that. The Sci Freaks are basically... Sci Freaks are experimented with psionic powers and mutations. They're usually outcast on the fringe of society. Their abilities are Spark Ball. Shoot a Spark Ball, press down the input, and you have bound ability to. It'll make you throw the ball in the direction you're facing. So it's basically throwing electricity about. Megamind, your key energy regen increased by 20%. So these guys are basically the adepts of the Biomutant world. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do gameplay with all the classes. It's not really my style, but they do look pretty badass. The next class we're going to talk about is the Saboteur. The Saboteur is a cunning, skilled explorer trained to operate covertly in both suburbs and wilderness. So it's got twin silver grip, I think. Hang on, let's look at this.
Mercenary.
Yeah, the Mercenary had twin silver grip as well. But that voice is really annoying. So it's got twin silver grip, so you can equip 2 one-handed weapons, one in each, and your dodge cost is reduced by 20%. Every time you dodge in Biomutant, the little bar at the top that decreases. If you dodge too much, you run out of stamina. So that will come in handy, especially if you're in close combat. If I was going to go with close combat, I might opt for that over the Mercenary, to be honest with you, because the dodge is key when you're getting stuck in there, especially against the bigger enemies, I guess. So, yeah. The last class we're going to talk about is the Sentinel. Your base armor is increased by 10%. No, just by 10. So Sentinels dedicate themselves to protect the house. Their dedication is for organization as a whole, including supreme belief in their dogma. Now, base armor increased by 10%, and judging by the weapon he's got, probably just a beast, right? Like a melee beast. Strength. Focused class, I reckon. 2-handed weapons. Maybe that's what it looks like. Yeah. I went with the Deadeye, guys. Really looking forward to playing this class. Very Devil May Cry sometimes. You're flipping around, you're hitting people, and then you're jumping back, and it's really great.
Deadeye chosen.
Boom. And that's the character I picked. So there you have it, guys. That's the character I'm doing my main playthrough with. I'm going to do multiple playthroughs. I'm really loving the game so far. We'll get into the actual gameplay and things in another video, but I really hope you enjoyed this, and I really hope it gives you an idea of the character creation if you haven't bought the game yet. Let me know in the comment section what you did with your characters, what class you did, what build you did, what you focused on, what resistance you chose, all those things, guys, and I'll see you for another Biomutant video later on in the week.